We go. Hey, I'm shooting from the hip today. I'll do it Jeremy style. No editing, okay? No editing today. No funny intros today. Kind of off topic, okay? So welcome to the show, guys. Today I'm going off topic a little bit. We're going to talk about social media, how to deal with social media. Now, that could be in the fragrance community because it's a fragrance channel. We're not really going to talk about fragrances today. I might mention one or two. Fragrance of the day, actually, it wasn't the vintage, but it was the modern formula of Armani Eau Pour Homme. Don't forget, you can get all 4 Norton & Wilson fragrances for an amazing bundle deal of just $380 in the USA, or 3 because Bon Viveurs are currently out of stock. We are trying to fix that in the UK for a similarly amazing deal. A great option actually for springtime would be any of them, but Gravitas Essentia, our most recent release, the fantastic follow-up to Gravitas Pour Homme, would be a fantastic choice. I actually wore this on Saturday and got a very good compliment on it. Okay, let's get into it. Social media. How to deal with it, guys. Okay, so we're all involved. I kind of looked up what is social media. So apparently YouTube is social media. I wasn't really sure what it is. To me, it's almost like my version of TV because I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff on YouTube. And that, when you're just doing that, it's like Netflix. I don't think that's really social media. But you can leave comments and people to interact. So yes, that counts. Instagram is social media. Facebook, Twitter, now called X. Reddit groups. What else is social media? Oh my God, Facebook. I'm going to actually argue even dating apps. I think dating apps are a form of social media. So let me know what you think about that. And I'm going to tell you how, Mr. Smelly's got your back, guys. I'm going to tell you very old-fashioned views in how to deal with social media. So what we see with social media, of course, we hear a lot about, particularly for younger people, not any of whom do I know, under 20, to teenagers and stuff. Social media is, apparently causing problems with mental health. Not surprisingly, but I'm talking about old people like us, middle-aged people who watch my program, mainly men, sadly. Can't think why, with my sexual magnetism on screen here, evident for the world to see. But mainly men watch my channel. And we're going to talk about how you can deal with social media, how, almost everybody watching this, inherently, you're watching YouTube, so apparently that's social media. But probably people watching this, the vast majority will have one or more of, if not all of, an Instagram account, TikTok, that's social media too, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Facebook, all this bollocks, okay? You've probably got a Tinder profile, Grindr, whatever you use, okay? Pornhub. No, I don't think Pornhub's social media. Much more fun than social media, actually. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So this is my take on it. So for me, let me talk from the heart personally here. So I've had experience of all the things that we're talking about. Obviously, my main thing is that I do YouTube. I have an Instagram account with 30 whatever thousand followers. Roughly about the same on TikTok, so not huge, but still. And I post up on those more or less every day, and there are some comments here and there that I answer, so I'm interacting with people there. I have little interactions with people in direct messages on Instagram. There's a few chat groups that I'm in on Instagram. I have a Facebook, and I even post a link to my videos on Twitter, but I don't really post opinions or anything on there. So for me, everything that I do on social media actually is not really as me, Dan. It's as Mr. Smelly, okay? So my Instagram is all fragrant. Sometimes I put my watch on there too, but it's mainly it's fragrance related. Some of it's for my business to tell you about Norton & Wilson, but I'll do a daily fragrance of the day, and I do Instagram shorts. And so for me, my social media is very much a professional thing, and I put out the image of what I want you to see. Okay, an idealized image. And this is actually the key point that I'm coming to here, okay, because social media it can have good aspects to it. It can be a good thing. It's, we can communicate with people and share pictures around the world very quickly, more so than we ever could before years and years ago. It's all bullshit, though, okay? It's all bullshit. So everything I put on my social media, whether it's on my YouTube or my Instagram or TikTok, is what I want you to see, okay? So if I put a picture of my front room looking quite nice and a nice fragrance, that doesn't show the empty lager bottles on the sink over there or the underpants on the radiator drying, okay? It doesn't show the tears in my eyes from heartbreak that are there that day. I put up an image of what I want you to see on my social media when I put a picture of my my Rolex watch at a dinner table with a glass of white wine and an espresso there. That did actually happen, but I'm showing you, maybe I had a terrible argument with the person I was with later that evening. These are idealized images of my life that I put out there, and it's what would life be like if I was my best version of myself, which I'm most definitely not. And that's what you should be doing on social media too. But I see a lot of people do a lot of different things, and I think that's where they come unstuck. So that is my first point, okay? On your social media, don't put too much of your heartache or negative stuff out there. Don't wash your dirty laundry in public. And I'm going to come to that in a minute. It's okay, whoever you are, even if you're not a huge celebrity such as Mr. Smelly, whatever you put on that social media, just put out the nice stuff that you're never going to look back and regret. Don't put stuff on there in an emotional state about, someone's upset you, whether it's someone else in the fragrance community or you're having a little bitchy argument with somebody. Let's get a bit more specific. We'll be specific to the fragrance community first, okay? People that are your friends only via social media, that you either know them, that you've met and chatted on Instagram and followed each other and liked and exchanged messages, or if you actually do videos like me and you've even become friends on the live streams. We used to have a lot of drama on the live streams, okay? We'll call that a version of social media. Or people that you chat with because you've got a shared interest, whatever it may be, on Facebook, or you're in a shared group about something and you share opinions. They are not really your friends, okay? You might get on with them all right, but unless you've preferably actually met in the flesh in real life, or at least kind of got to the point where you've got phone numbers and you WhatsApp and you've talked on the phone and stuff, even then, it takes a while before I'd consider someone a friend. You really have to view these people as what they are, which is pretty much total strangers. And, I've often said there are no friends in FragCon, but certainly people you just know in the fragrance community through social media. Don't value these people too highly as your friends. You can still be nice to them, don't have to be horrible to them, and interact in a very positive way, but do not be surprised if they suddenly go off you or unfollow you or stop talking to you. And this is my first key point, okay? Key points then, if you have an Instagram page, however small or big it may be, I hear this a lot of times from people that I know in the fragrance community. A big mistake that people make is they check who's liked their posts, and they take offense when they see maybe that someone has stopped liking any of their posts or has unfollowed them on Instagram or wherever else it may be, okay? Winners in life, happy people in life, don't do that. Happy, successful people in life don't really give a fike who has liked their Instagram post or who has viewed. You can see, can't you, who's even viewed your story, can't you? So you can't see who's necessarily seen your post, but you can see anyone who's viewed your story. I don't check that, and I've heard a lot of people do, and it's really unhealthy. Don't check that stuff. Just post your stories. Winners in this world. Do you think Jeremy Fragrance, is he a winner? Well, he's successful. Do you think he scrolls through and checks who's unfollowed him today and stuff? And I've heard people say, I'm really offended, this person unfollowed me, and I messaged him and said, why did you unfollow me? Who cares? Maybe they had an epiphany and they realised social media was wasting their time. It may not be personal. Never check or look at who's followed you or unfollowed you on social media. A real friend in the real world, you'll know that they're your friend, and you'll speak to them regularly via the phone, by direct messages or phone calls, or maybe you'll even see them in real life. And it really won't matter if they follow you. I'm pretty sure my best friend in the real world doesn't probably follow me on social media, okay? It does not matter. So this is the first key point. Don't take anything personally about who is watching your post. That is the minutiae of life that has absolutely no relevance to anything. Winners don't do that. Okay. Next. Romance. Okay, yeah, this is a big one. Do not mix romance and social media. Do not mix, okay? So if I've ever dated anyone, I would prefer not to follow them on any kind of thing like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. I would, if they've got something to say to me, they can call me, we'll speak about it and we'll arrange a date. I do not put my relationship status on Facebook. I do not put pictures of people that I may be romantically involved in or have aspirations towards or have spent time with on my Instagram, or exceedingly rarely would I ever put it on my Facebook. I don't want to share that information with the world, and I don't think other people should do. I have seen I've seen even big celebrities, as Valentine's Day, here's the love of my life, blah, 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 and it's kind of part of their brand maybe that their husband or wife, and good for them if that works for them. For me, though, whether it's someone that I'm really excited that I've been with for 2 months or 2 dates or 2 years or 10 years, Really, I don't think I would want to put them anywhere on my Instagram or my Facebook or share that or put that information out there. And I would highly recommend that you guys don't do that. And there's a number of reasons for that. One of them is that things can so easily go wrong. And when things go wrong, then you're going to have egg on your face. You're going to look back. It's going to make you feel really sad that you put a picture 2 weeks ago of someone saying they're amazing, and then they dumped you. And this can happen even with people you've been with for a long time. Trust me, guys. So don't put that kind of picture on your Facebook or Instagram, and then you won't feel stupid and have to delete it, and it will only be. Also, big one, if ever you are jilted in life, whether it be someone that you had 1 or 2 dates with, 3 months with, or were a long-term relationship with, don't ever stalk them on social media. Only bad news can come from that. If you check their Instagram or their Instagram story or their post or their Facebook, hoping perhaps to see a sign that they feel sad and lost without you, hoping that they'll post a cryptic message that they made a terrible mistake when they dumped you. It's very unlikely that that will happen. You will either see posts which make you completely indifferent about what they had for lunch, or you might see something that really hurts you. No good can come from looking at anyone who has ever jilted you or that you feel upset over a romantic breakup with on social media. I'm not saying you have to block them. Actually, blocking them is kind of a sign of weakness that you're hurt. Don't block them. Or you don't even need to unfollow them officially, but just make it so they don't come up in your feed. Tell your feed not to tell you about them anymore, and never look at them again. It doesn't matter if they liked your story, if they viewed your story. It doesn't mean they're secretly hankering after you. I have liked people's stories and pictures that I despise, okay? This is another reason. Don't check who... I put a like on people's video. I didn't even watch the video. I just pressed like just to be nice to that person, and including people that deep down I don't really like very much, but I thought, he's been polite to me in some way. Maybe I should just like. It means nothing, likes and stuff on social media, even more so your romantic life, social media, completely separate in the humble opinion of Mr. Smelly, okay? Use social media as a way that you post a complete bullshit story of the best, I mean this, of the best version of your life or a better version of it. So on my social media, I normally look reasonably well presented and I'm sort of smiling or holding a fragrance bottle or showing my watch off and just looking like everything's great. And I'm talking, isn't it? Hey guys, how about this amazing new 3 great fragrances for the springtime? I may be feeling suicidally depressed that day. You don't know. I just put on the act, okay? But I won't be going on there telling you I'm feeling really depressed. Also, another thing you shouldn't do, don't do these pleas for help where you say, I'm taking a break from social media for mental health reasons. It's all just become too much for me. I hate when people do that and then they're just begging everyone to say, oh, are you all right, hun? What's going on? Is everything okay? And they, oh yeah, and then they kind of disappear and don't post, and then 2 weeks later they're back doing the same old crap. Okay, be a grown up. We're not 15 here, guys. Let's be grown up about social media. So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff is my chance to put out propaganda, okay? Like Vladimir Putin, I put out my well, not that he's, and as do the other leaders in the West too, right? Let's be honest. I put out my propaganda, my version of the truth, that Mr. Smelly is a successful, dapper, entrepreneurial aristocrat and he's having a great day. It may be true 1 or 2 days in the year, but the most of the rest of the time it's not. Only put out there your story of what's good in your life. Don't put cryptic messages about things that have upset you, and don't get involved in spats. Also, if you're getting trolled, here's the other thing, okay? Trolls on social media. Great. The more trolls you have, the better. The more people are talking about you in whatever way they may be doing it, the better. We want them to be talking about us if we're posting on social media, and it never bothers me. People who actually get upset about things that are said on Reddit in Odor Jerks about them, do you think Jeremy Fragrance would answer or respond to haters on social media? Would Curly Fragrance? I'm sure they get more hate than most people. Of course they don't. Winners don't do that. To the extent that I've ever reacted, I find it amusing and I do enjoy jousting with them a little bit. But you mustn't ever let this stuff upset you. As my mum used to say when they used to say, oh, this child now needs therapy after being bullied online. Well, turn the bloody computer off. Okay, maybe not. But, if there are places where you see nasty things being said about you, or don't go to those places. Don't view those sites, Reddit or whatever, where those things are happening. Or if people are actually directly messaging you or putting things on your channel, just quietly block them so they can't do it anymore and don't worry about it. And then it's, you're not really being bullied. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. in my world, the only way I can be bullied is if I walk out of that door and people shout, "Oi, boo, baldy, baldy," and throw tomatoes at me, or people pour a bucket of water over my head. That would be bullying, okay? People come and hold me up and take my lunch money every day. That would be bullying. But that doesn't really happen to me. Okay? I'm lucky I don't get bullied. Or if I went to work and people spat in my tea, then I'd be being bullied. But if people are saying bad things about me online, then you just don't interact with those people. I don't know really why I made this video, but I did. That's my view, the Mr. Smelly view on social media. Do you feel a lot better after that? I'm sure you do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. And although life may sometimes stink, at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye, guys.